When family and friends come to visit, you want to make it special. You want to plan some trips, have some cool adventures, and we did just that. Some of that worked out brilliantly, some of it did not.
We are the learners and makers.
So, my dad was coming to visit. We had not seen him since 2019.
And he hasn't been here for even longer.
Yeah. So we wanted to try to do some cool things. You know, some of it is day to day. And we also, though, wanted to do a little trip, go to a part of the state we hadn't been as much, and take him to parts of the state he had not seen at all. And we knew exactly where we wanted to go. We were going to go to Portland, and we were going to go to the Columbia Gorge and do the Columbia Gorge Historic Highway. We were going to sample a bunch of food.
Yeah, we had some good plans.
We did. Yeah.
But right before we went, Anthony got sick.
Yeah.
He was not feeling well.
No.
And so we had to change up our plans and figure out something else that was going to work.
Yeah. So fortunately, I was well enough to where we could do the trip. But the whole doing lots of food thing, no. Not so much.
No. And we had to leave a little later
Yeah.
than we initially had planned. So we headed up to the Portland area and skipped some of the things we initially had planned and just kind of went straight to our Airbnb and got ready for our next day of adventure, which was exploring the historic Columbia River Highway.
Now, this area is one of the most stunning spots in the country. We're talking about a place that has been just covered in lava and then carved out by massive ancient floods. So you just have this just dramatic landscape. It's the sort of thing that almost it's so big, it's so deep. It seems more like something someone came up with for a movie set than something that could possibly be real. But it is so real.
Springtime in Oregon is the time to go find waterfalls. I mean, probably most places, because it's where all of the spring melt and thaw is happening, and they're like really just active and rushing. And this highway does not disappoint. There are so many waterfalls that are basically literally like on the highway. You either have a very small hike to do or no hike at all. And so we were able to hit up 3. Is that what we ended up doing? Mm-hmm. We did 3 waterfalls all in one day. We did
Multnomah Falls, tallest waterfall in the state, Horsetail Falls, and Wahkeena Falls.
And they were all
Stunning.
gorgeous.
there are tons of other things in this area too. There are lots of other hikes. There are various trailheads, more waterfalls, scenic viewpoints, other natural features. This highway is called Route 30. You might hear it referred to as the Columbia Gorge Scenic Byway, Scenic Highway, blah, blah, blah. But it's just this windy old road, and it is just this beautiful, chill drive. So we left out of where we were in northeastern Portland, drove out on the interstate actually to get to Multnomah Falls, did that, and then we just made our way back toward Portland along 30. So we could just take our time, enjoy the sights, stop off and see some waterfalls. The kids could throw rocks in the pools, we did little hikes, and my dad got to be with his grandkids and got to be with us, and we could chat and just take our time, and he could take in this part of the country that he has not gotten to see as much.
Since we were going to these waterfalls, which are east of Portland, we decided to stay in very northeast Portland, which put us in Fairview.
Yep.
Or very, very close to Troutdale.
Yeah.
And this kind of gave us the opportunity to leave out fairly early in the morning. We're not super great at being early morning people. We always say we're going to leave earlier than we do. But besides the point, it got us out there just a little bit early, because if you've been to Multnomah Falls before, it's right off of Interstate 84 and this scenic byway, and so it's crowded. Yeah. It's very crowded. And we were going on a Sunday. We wanted to try to kind of hit it maybe earlier than most people were going to be able to make it out. I would say it was pretty crowded, but it wasn't too bad, especially for a Sunday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think we were able to just kind of beat like worse crowds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you were better than us at getting out early in the morning, then you could really get out early and do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're really awful at it. Like really awful at it. We're working on it.
Yeah. Well,
it's an area where we could improve.
It's true. We're always learning.
It's true.
Now, another thing that we had planned to do was go see the Crystal Springs Rhododendron Gardens.
We have sought out special gardens several times when we travel. Mm-hmm. We recently did when we went to Roseburg. Yep. You can see that video up here. But we have, over the years, gone to various Chinese and Japanese and other gardens just to walk around and explore. And it's actually something that we really enjoy doing with the kids. I don't think it's something that I would have thought of as something to do. But the first time we really went and did gardens was because we were traveling in Japan with Connor. Mm-hmm. He was a toddler. We sought out all of these outdoor opportunities, and we happened to be there when the cherry blossoms were going. And it was such a great way for us to experience some of Japan as adults while having space to kind of roam and move with the kid.
Now, it was a rainy day, which in spring was actually a really great time to go see this place. We managed to catch a break in the weather. So it was a little drizzly, but not too rainy. The rhododendrons up here are so colorful. You get these pinks and purples and whites and all of these different hues. And then some of these rhododendrons, they're so old.
They're like trees.
Oh my gosh, they're like trees.
They're huge.
You get some of these, kind of that tunnel feel on some of the paths. So everything just feels so serene. It's this beautiful, quiet place. We hope you enjoyed going on this adventure to the Gorge with us, and we cannot wait to share our next family travels with you. You can follow our everyday adventures on Instagram at Learners and Makers. You can also check out our travel blog for more in-depth family travel guides and more at learnersandmakers.com. And on YouTube, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ding the bell so you get notified when there's a new video.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.